How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here, bringing another episode in the Board Game Arena series. So today we're going to be looking at another super casual game called Incan Gold. Now this is a really fun casual game for 3 to 8 players. It's a pretty short game. It lasts it says around 8 minutes. Usually it's about 5 to 10 minutes or so. So it's a rather short game. Super easy to learn. And in this video I'm going to be going through the rules, how to play the game, and showing you me playing the game a few times to explain it a little bit better. So I'll continue this video once I find a game. Alright everybody, so this is what you see when you get into Incan Gold. Now, in a nutshell, what you need to be doing for this game is you're an explorer who is going through a temple. Your aim is to get as many gems as possible. You want to be the person who gets the most gems. Now, whilst exploring this temple, you can come across either hazards, gems, or artifacts. Now, hazard cards are red, like the one you see here. Gem cards, you see gems on them, and the artifacts, you'll generally see a gold or yellow artifact in the center of it. Now, on your turn, you have 2 actions, to either explore the temple or return to camp. If you are to explore the temple, you're basically saying that you are going to remain in the game and continue searching through the temple for a number of gems. Now, as for how gems are allocated based on the value on the card. Now, taking a look at this card, on the top left corner denotes 13. So 13 gems are separated equally among the number of players. And then you see there's an actual gem on the card. Now, these are the gems that are left on the floor. The gems that are left on the floor, they're claimed by the person who goes back to camp. And if more than one player goes back to camp, those gems are divided amongst those players, again, equally. So this is a game where you've got to test your luck. You want to try and stay in the temple for as long as possible. Some cards give a small amount of gems up front, but as you can see with this card, for example, there's a lot of gems on the floor, which if you go back now, you'll be quite wealthily rewarded. But at a gamble, if more than one player goes back, those gems are divided amongst you equally. So I'm going to continue exploring. Now, the hazard cards. There are different types of hazards in the game. Whenever 2 of the same hazard is drawn, the game ends, well, the round ends, and if you have not turned back to camp, you lose all gems on your person. So as you can see, we just drew a second hazard, the flames. Now if we were to draw another collapse, or if we were to draw another flame card, we'll then essentially lose. Now I'm going to carry on trying to explore and see what it looks like. Now, those 11 gems got separated amongst the 4 players who are still searching. This blue player and this orange player, they return back to camp earlier on. Once you return to camp, you are out of the round, and you can no longer get any more gems. You've essentially banked your plays, and that is it. Now, this game is played over the course of 5 rounds. I'm going to continue searching because I'm not quite happy with just 4. Let's see. One thing to note is that your opponent's gem count is not shown to you, so you don't actually know who's winning. You can keep track of it as a way to kind of judge if you're winning or not, but let's see how this goes. So now, there are 5 different types of hazards. We've just drawn our 3rd type. What's missing, you still get a mummy, and you still get a snake. There are 2 of each hazard card in the deck. I don't want to go back with less than 10, so I'm going to continue exploring and hopefully we get lucky. That's not bad. If I were to go back now and be the only person to go back, I'd go back with 10. So I'm going to try and get lucky, see if we can return now. Unfortunately, I got unlucky. The red player decided to return as well. And that was the perfect time to go back. As you can see, the second spider red hazard card was drawn, which means all players who had not already left the temple were essentially out. Now, start the second round. And again, we need to decide how long we're going to push our luck for. And that's what this game goes down for. Now, if you take a look on your actual luck player card here, you see that on the actual envelope is the number 8. That's how many gems I essentially have. That's my number of VPs. In the actual green gem, that's how many gems you have for that round. Now, they're only banked once they're actually on that card. So currently I have 8 VP. Now here's a predicament. If you were to be the only player to go back right now, that's 10 gems. That's a brilliant cash out. And honestly, that could be enough for the round. However, there's been no hazards that have been brought up yet, so it's a little bit early to go for it. So I'm going to continue to explore. It looks like a lot of players decided to cash out here, so I'm really glad I continued to explore. And that's where this game comes. You've got to try and push your luck as far as possible. I actually think I'm the only person left exploring this temple. Oh no, it's myself and the orange player. So now the cash outs are that much better because there's only 2 players to divide those gems by. So if we were to draw the 9 there, we each get 4. So you get paid out a lot more if there are less players. Now, one thing to note is that there is only 1 artifact card per deck per round. Each artifact is worth 5, and the final 2 artifacts are worth 10. Now, the only problem with an artifact is you only get it if you're the only person that goes back. If another person goes back with you, neither of you get the artifact, and the artifact remains in the temple. Okay, this is looking good so far. 10 is pretty healthy. I want to try and snipe this because this would be another 6. 16 gems I'd be very happy with if I can snipe this. I do manage to cash out. Now the only thing is, this orange player may as well go for broke right now. I might have cashed out a little bit early there, but let's see. I ideally now need my opponent to draw either the fire or the spiders, otherwise that wasn't really worth it. And I cashed out at the right time. That was super lucky. I'm already on 24 gems, which is it's a surprisingly good start for me. I'm generally rather terrible at this game. That is an artifact card. Now, if I were to go back right now, I would get myself 5 gems. But if anyone else goes back, I get nothing. I'm not taking that risk. I'm going to continue to explore the temple, as did everyone else. There was our first hazard. So this is not a great start. But what I might do is I might scare some people into jumping for that artifact, which leaves the rest of the game in a much better position for the rest of us. This is not improving all that much. Now, I could take the super safe play and just go for this. But I don't know if it's worth it, because I'm scared other people do. Because as soon as one other person goes back with me, I get nothing. So I'm going to continue to explore. And I'm really glad I continued to explore, because the brown player decided to go back. There was another artifact. So we ended up getting 2 this round, which is quite lucky. Let's continue going. I've never actually seen 2 artifacts come up in a single round. That's quite surprising. So let's continue digging. I think we may as well stay in this game for now. I'm wondering if the orange player is going to go back. They're taking quite a while to think. They are a new player, so who knows. Oh, okay. Red player went back and they actually got the artifact. So hopefully we can start getting out some big gem payments now. That wasn't exactly a nice one. We need at least 1 more person to go back before it starts becoming really worthwhile. 4 players in here is still a bit too much. Because we're not really getting paid out all that well. We only got 2 gems in the bank so far, with 2 hazards down. So the chances are quite high that we're in trouble. So let's see how much further I can push this. I would like to end this game with like 40 plus. Wow, 3 artifacts. I have never seen this happen before. Now is a really good time to go back. Now is a really good time to go back. I think it's too good to be true. I'm going to continue exploring. Ah, man. I was hoping that these other players would ditch. Well, there's no point going back now for 1. And there's a snake. So now I've got 3 hazards down. So this is getting a little bit worrying. But again, it's not worth going back for 3. We kind of need to go all in now. This is a decent payout. It's 8. I would like to get to that 10 if possible. This is getting worrying because that's now 4 of the 5 hazards down. I think it's still worth it. Okay, we need a big payout now. Damn, pushed my luck too far. Okay, I should still be in first place. I think I'm still in a decent spot. Another rock 4 as a start. The group I play with, we tend to start every single round with a hazard. So this is a pretty usual start still. There's 2 hazards. Well, there's no reason to go back now, so we may as well continue exploring and see what we get. So the nice thing with Incan Gold is it's a super casual game. You can pick up and learn how to play it really quickly. There's not too much strategy behind the game. It comes down to seeing how far you can push your luck and being aware of how dangerous it is to carry on. Now, that's actually a pretty decent payout. That's 6 gems. In the current situation, that's not bad. So I wouldn't be surprised to see one of the people going back. I'm thinking either red or brown might go back flat. Yeah, there goes. Red and brown? Yeah, they tend to cash out pretty early. So that makes the rest of our lives that much better. And that is an awesome payout. So I'm really glad they left. Again, you can leave now for 8 gems. Again, I want to push it for that 10. I want to try and get 10 per round. I'm a little bit behind now because I got unlucky. There's a mummy. You know what? I'm going to try and go home early. I got the full payout. Okay. 8. I'm on 31 after 4 rounds. I'm quite happy. And that was the perfect cash out. That was super lucky. So I'm very happy about that. I think I've got this game depending how this last round goes. And again, we start with spiders. Right, so let's carry on going. No point in go back home just yet. What do we get on the next round? Another artifact. Artifacts have come out a lot this game. I've actually seen more artifacts in this game than I have in the last, I think, 4 or 5 games put together. That's a bit of a scary start. Let's continue going. And hopefully we get a bit luckier than this. I'm surprised red and brown didn't go back. They have a habit of going back really super early. This is a terrible round. The fact that we essentially 3 hazards in and only 4 cards in is not a really great start. No one's gone back yet, which I'm quite surprised about. That's really unfortunate because that's only a 2 payout. Thing is, now you go home, you're walking home with 10 gems if you're the only person to go home. Oh man, that red player's actually got a lot of points now. That's actually quite worrying. They're probably sitting around in the high 20s. So I need a good cash out in this round. Otherwise I might be in trouble. There's 4 hazards. The thing is, no one's going to go home for 1 gem. It's still not worth it. Alright, let's see. What do we get? Still going to carry on pushing my luck. This is not the cash out we want. Okay, orange players thrown in the towel. Let's see. There's 4 of us going. Not great. Again, it's only a 5 gem payout. That's a bit better. That's arguably 9, which would be worth it. My gut's actually saying go back. I think someone else is going to go back. Yeah, blue's going back as well. That's frustrating. I think we all went back. Yeah, we all went back. Oh no, the green player didn't actually go back. And they got burned for it. And that's the end of the game. End of 5 rounds. Super short, and I did end up winning that one. So final score 37-36, so I won by 1 point. So that was really close. That red player actually played really well there. So that in a nutshell is Incan Gold. Super quick to play, super quick to learn, and really a lot of fun. So I hope you did enjoy this. I will be doing more of these first impressions and how-to guides for more of these board games. If you've got any game you want to see or you're not sure how to play, let me know down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to showcase it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Cheers. Enjoy.